Jesus is being questioned. Why do your disciples not live according to the tradition of the elders, but eat with defiled hands? Now all the things coming from the past are good. They help us. But when one loses the spirit behind those actions and cling on only to the outward acts, they can be harmful for others, for oneself, and it's going to be a waste of time. All the actions should lead us to a better life, should help us to purify our inner self, and help us to be closer to God. If any of our actions are not helping us in any of these areas, we have not embraced the right spirit. Now these actions are to be reminders of all that I have said, to build up ourselves, to purify us, to be closer to God. They should be constantly reminding us. Jesus wasn't against traditions. As a faithful Jew, he too was raised in a family faithful to the traditions of their faith. But now he needed to work on all that wasn't helping people to purify themselves, wasn't helping people to be good or to be close to God. He didn't like that people and the leaders gave their total attention to follow the outward actions without paying any attention to its spirit. In the first reading, after when this temple was built, Solomon acknowledges this greatness of God, that he is too great to be contained in heaven and earth. And if that is so, he says, this temple would not be enough, or these boundaries and the walls of the temple would not able to contain this great God. Now not just in the temple, God dwells in our hearts. And as Solomon had prepared this temple for God's dwelling, we need to prepare ourselves, our hearts. There is constant cleansing required for this innermost temple. Our heart is that temple. Now this can sound a bit harsh. We should not be abusing and taking advantage of God's tolerance. Just because God understands us, just because God tolerates us, we should not be allowing something wrong to be as it is, to keep continuing, to carry on without any efforts to stop it or to get rid of it in our lives. We know if we are doing any cleaning of our room, of our house, if you take up a little thing a day, finally it will clean the whole house. And so too is our life. If you start working little by little, taking up something which doesn't suit it, doesn't suit that God's purpose, it can be cleansed. But we need to try, we need to put all our efforts to do this every day. And for that matter, all our traditions, all the actions that we take up need to help us, need to remind us in this great call, a call to cleanse us, a call to purify us, a call to be closer to God. Let us do all the best we can, and God will surely help us.